humans, this is an adoption campaign, but it's not for me or Mr. Buttons or Frank over there. It's for you, humans. This is a call to humans to adopt our movement, to adopt our cause.
This isn't just about saving one of us.
It's about saving all of us.
Thousands of lives, every single day.
It's about support for every one of us four, and sometimes not four-legged best friends, waiting to meet a best friend of our own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge.
Shelter by shelter, city by city.
We can save thousands of pets each day. Join us. Together we can save them all.
Thank you for joining us for Pet Connect. I'm Tara Douglas. We had such a wonderful weekend at the Sylacauga Animal Shelter and with the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill because we had 37 dogs being able to leave this area and go to rescues in New York and New Jersey. So we had 17 dogs from the shelter head to Hudson Paws in Hudson, New York, and then we had 20 dogs leave for St. Hubert's in New Jersey. So we are so thrilled that we were able to get some puppies out of this area and get them to places where they can find their forever home. So thank you to everyone who made that a possibility. We had everything from transports to fosters to volunteers to come walk the dogs before they got on the vans, and also for everyone who donated money and, of course, like I said, time. We appreciate it. Those puppies are now in those areas and they're going to be adopted starting this weekend. So we always watch and we're always so excited to see these dogs find homes. But keep in mind the shelter is still full right now. So if you want to come and walk dogs, if you're interested in adopting a dog, we've got plenty of dogs and cats at the shelter. So come on out this weekend. We'll be walking from 11 to 1 and help us get those dogs out. The more interactions they have with people, the more we do that, then the easier it is for us to get them to rescue like we did this last weekend, because the more information we have for these rescues, then they are very open to taking these dogs when they know their personality. So even if you're not interested in adopting, come on out and help us walk the dogs. And when you come out, you can meet our pet of the week. We have Rusty. Rusty is a little under a year old. He's been growing up at the shelter, but he is such a sweet dog. He's one of the dog walker favorites, and he is very energetic. So you'd want to have an energetic household and be willing to take him on lots of walks. We do not know how he does with cats, but we know he does great with people and does great with other dogs. So if you'd like to meet Rusty, or if you know someone who's looking for a dog, then this is a wonderful dog for you to come and meet. And as I was mentioning, we're able to get more dogs to these rescues with fosters. We talked about it last week, but if you are interested in fostering, please contact the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, because we provide everything. So if you've got the space and you've got the time, then we've got everything else ready for you. And the more fosters we have, the more dogs we can save like Rusty and get them to rescues in other states, to our partner rescues. So again, thank you to everybody who is helping, and we appreciate anyone who's interested in fostering. Now, we're going to shift gears here. I usually have people on the show that will talk about their work with animals or their own pets, but today I've got two members of Southern Dance and Performing Arts who are going to be portraying animals in their upcoming Wind in the Willows production. So thank you so much, ladies, for coming on the show.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having us.
So we have Lauren Harbin and Abby Marshall, and I'm going to have both of you tell us a little bit about yourself. So Lauren, why don't you start?
Where to start? I have been in 3. This is my 3rd SD Pack production, and I will be playing Lady Rabbit, Fox, Reporter Fox, and a wassailing mice.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
And Abby?
I'm Abby Marshall. I've been dancing, this is my 11th year of dance. I've done a good bit of shows with our little playhouse, and I'm playing Jailer's Daughter, Lesser Weasel, Stoat Guard, Swallow, Mouse, and Otter. So basically a bunch of ensemble stuff.
Yeah. So both of you are going to be quite busy with this production. Now, tell me about your history with Southern Dance. Let's start with you, Lauren. What have you done in the past?
So I've only been a dancer mainly for the certain productions. So I've been dancing for 13 years, but I've only been dancing at SD Pack for 4.
Okay.
And those have been some of the best times. SD Pack offers so many wonderful opportunities, like the plays. That is actually where I got my foot in the door with the plays, and I started off in Hunchback of
Okay.
Notre Dame. So yes, ma'am.
And you teach now
Yes,
at
ma'am, I
Southern
do.
Dance.
I
Okay.
teach about 4 different classes, and it is such a wonderful, eye-opening experience. I love any chance that I get to work with kids. That is also another reason why I love working with the play, is because we can do school shows, and I love watching the kids' faces whenever we do something funny. Their reactions are always the best things. So yes, ma'am.
Now, speaking of school shows, you have your productions that are in the evenings for the general public to come, but then you also do shows at the schools, correct?
Yes.
And so which area schools, when do you do those?
We do those at BB Comer, same as our normal performances, but we have schools from all over
Okay.
come in and be a part of it. So really just as long as you, I believe, schedule with one of our board members.
Probably Mary Love.
Yeah,
Okay.
with Miss
Or
Mary
you could
Love.
call the studio,
Okay.
and we have the phone number on the.
On the
Poster.
flyer. So
Yeah.
it's 256-245-1669. I got it right here in front of you. So I bet that's so much fun though to perform for the kids that come in from the area schools. And think about how many kids you're inspiring to do something in the arts. You know, if they were thinking about it, then you know, that maybe they can make that a reality and start participating in different things like that.
Yes, ma'am. It was actually a musical that made me realize that I wanted to start performing. We went and watched something on Broadway, and from then on, I was like, this is what I want to do. And so to be able to do that for the kids of Sylacauga and the surrounding areas is just such a fantastic experience. I'm speaking for myself when I say that that is my favorite part of the shows, is the school shows, for sure.
Absolutely. Now, Abby, tell me about your history of Southern Dance, because you're an assistant teacher right now also, correct?
Yes.
So tell us, and you're a student at BB Comer, so you're going to be performing there at your home auditorium.
Yes.
So tell us about your history and what you've done with the, I mean, not only this production, but with teaching and kind of your growth process of coming to the Southern Dance.
Well, I started at Southern Dance when I was really little, doing dance, and I just kind of grew, and then once we started to do our shows and everything, I found out that like we were doing it, and I always was kind of interested in the Sylacauga Playhouse, and so when we did Frozen, I decided to give it a try, and I really liked it, and so ever since then I've been doing theater along with dance, and it's been really fun.
Well, that's great, because I've seen both of you perform, and you are wonderful. I'm so impressed with all of the productions that I've come to see. And we've got our flyer up right now. So The Wind in the Willows opens tomorrow night. Yes. And so you can see that there are several dates on there. We've got 2 dates at the end of February, 27th and 28th, and we've got the 1st and the 7th and the 8th of March. So there are lots of opportunities for the community to come in and see this. And you were talking about Lauren Broadway. I feel like I'm at a Broadway show when I come and see your productions. I mean, you guys do such a wonderful job.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Our cast, it's filled with such wonderful talents of singing, dancing, acting. Everyone just does such a wonderful job. Our music director, Miss Janie, she always knocks it out of the park. Our choreographer, Shaylin, this is probably the coolest choreography we've ever done for a play, and
She did amazing.
I'm so thrilled that will get to be able to perform that. And Mr. Patrick, he does so well with every single play that he directs. This is truly each one of their callings, and everybody that's involved with the play tries so hard, and they put their all into it.
they really do. I can't wait to see this one. I mean, when I came to the last one, to Little Women, I was very excited, thinking, when are they coming back? When can I see another production? Because it is quite phenomenal. So, you know, we certainly hope that the community comes out for Wind in the Willows. And I would like to know, you know, such a wonderful performance like you do, take me through the beginning, you know, who decides what you're going to be doing, and what has to happen for you to get to the final stage, to the final production there.
Yes, well, but we have an audition process normally. So when we first start, we have the auditions, and then they'll go through, and pick out characters and who's doing what. And then once rehearsals start, we really start on lines, and we do a lot of character development, and it's really specific to the show that we're doing. If we're doing a musical, we focus a lot on music and dancing. This time we focused mostly on music and dancing while we learned our lines at home.
Okay.
And then, so once we go and we practice all that stuff, it kind of starts coming together once we, kind of come down to a T towards the end.
Okay.
So it's like we have multiple different rehearsals at different times. So one night we'll have music, one night we'll have dance, or we'll be doing two different groups of people will be doing different stuff at the same time. And so towards the end, we all just kind of bring it together and do a full run-ish, and we run through the whole scene and we'll get notes, and then once we're down at Comer, we'll do full runs, and it just all kind of pulls together from there. It's very fun.
So when are you able to put it all, how close to the actual opening night are you able to put it all together?
It's very dependent on the show.
Okay.
This time has been a little bit squabbly. It's been a little, but it's pulling together very nicely, and we're very happy with what we have right now. Other shows where it's kind of less, maybe not music, stuff like that, more character development than anything else, it tends to pull together a little bit more. It's easier. But when we have music and dance, it's kind of a big show, this one. So it tends to pull together at different times.
Yes.
It also depends on the background. Sometimes
Yeah.
we have a lot bigger of a set that we have to get in there and move earlier, and then other times it's a wall or two that, that's all that really needs to be set up. So that really depends.
Is this production one where you have a lot that you've had to?
Yes.
So this is going to be a more complicated kind of
A little,
production.
yes ma'am.
Now, did both of you? I was telling Mary Love that Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Disney was always my favorite ride growing up. So every time Jonathan and I have been as an adult, I've made him ride Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. But then I realized a few years ago, I had no idea what that story was about. So I read Wind in the Willows, and how much did the two of you know about the story before you got into this production?
I knew absolute zero about it,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest. I had never heard of it before, and then once it was introduced, because our board for the play, they meet up together and they kind of vote on what play that we should do next. And when they announced that this is what it was, I think everyone was a little bit like, oh,
Yeah.
what is that? Yeah. But I think it's I think that's what makes it so cool, is the fact that the people of Sylacauga, they haven't, a lot of them probably have. I might have just been clueless, but I think it's a very unique play to be doing, and I think it's going to be well appreciated. I hope it is.
I think so too. It's a strange but really good story. So I think that everybody will enjoy it. I certainly hope they do. But I know that the two of you are just ready to get it moving. And
yes.
Now let's talk real quick, because you've got this weekend and next weekend. So starting February 27th, and the last one is March 8th, correct? Yes. So we've got lots of opportunities for people to come. Now, where can people get their tickets?
We sell tickets on stpack.net, and of course you can also call the studio, 256-245-1669. And
you also can get tickets at the door, correct?
yes, we can.
Okay, so there's, if you don't have a ticket, don't keep from going because you didn't have a
Of
ticket.
course,
Go
yes.
ahead and show up at B.B. Comer's Auditorium, and you can get a ticket there. Now, so I know that hopefully we'll have the people beating down the doors, and then the tickets will be sold out before they can even get in there, because I really do think that the whole community should come and watch the two of you and the rest of the production, because you do, like I said, such a wonderful job. Now, before we go, let's talk about, because you've got a spring recital coming up also. So if people can't make it to the production, then they can come and watch the recital. When is that?
That is April 26th, so it's coming up in just a few months. So while we've been preparing for Wind in the Willows, we've also had to be getting our classes ready and be getting our own dances ready for the recital coming up. And that is also coming together wonderfully, and it is actually about Broadway. So we are
great.
We are very excited to be representing once again Sylacauga. We are a very community-based studio, and I think think it's a wonderful thing,
That's
really.
great. Well,
So-
we're so lucky to have you guys in the community, and I appreciate the two of you coming on the show and talking about portraying animals in the upcoming Wind in the Willows. So make sure to come out this weekend or next weekend. Don't miss your chance to come out and see Lauren and Abby perform at Wind in the Willows. And don't miss your chance to come out this weekend also to meet Rusty there at the shelter. He needs a home, and we would love to find him a home. So come out and help us walk dogs, and then go home and take a shower and go to the production of Wind in the Willows. And thank you so much for joining us for Pet Connect, and we'll have more Daybreak right after these messages.